Hi everybody, it's Gamer number 98 here and welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker Let's Play with me. Anyway, last time we cleared the Dragon Roost Cavern and now in this part we're going to take care of a few more things here on Dragon Roost. Mainly a story mandatory thing. I'm lost for words again. The Wind Shrine. We were told that we need the Wind God's Wind. Let's see, we got this thing here. There appear to be markings that indicate specific directions. And there's one right next to it. It's broken. Dot dot dot. Dot dot mother effing dot. Well, let's see this. This looks like something you do with the Wind Waker. Let's try it. Yep. It's our first song. Up, left, right. Very important Wind Waker song, this. Up, left, right. This is the Wind's Requiem. Holy crap, it's a frog on a fart cloud. Yep, that's a mighty fine breeze. The name's Sephiroth. I am the god of winds. Huh. He kinda reminds me of a frog version of John Cleese. So you're the new Wind Waker, are you? No, the object I was holding is the Wind Waker, not me, you idiot. Great, great, for a beginner, you've got a nice wind sense about you. I like you, kid. That tune you just picked up, well, it gives you control over the direction the wind blows. Depending on how it's used, wind can be a good thing or a very bad thing. You want an example of it being a bad thing, then you should see my brother. It saddens me to say that my brother, Cyclos, is miffed at his monument here being broken. And now he spends his time creating cyclones to torment people with. So if you encounter any cyclones at sea, chastise my brother for me, will you? And that is my request to you. And so now we can control the wind. Because normally the wind is always blowing in the same direction. Like by default it's always blowing to the east when you first start. And it remains that way. Now, we just play the Wind's Requiem, and we can change the wind direction to any of the 8 directions. We need to make it go south if we want to get back on our boat. Yep. Was there anything I wanted to do here? Yeah, there was. Check out this guy. He has the Sheikah logo on his back and arms. Listen, man, you're not one of the native islanders, are you? No. Yeah, there is one thing I want to do before I leave Dragon Roost Island, and it's not much really, but this would be helpful for later. Okay, first off, you want to pay attention to this guy. Hey, I know you. Yeah, you're the adventure guy, sailing from island to island. Action, excitement, right? Well, with all the adventuring you do, did you happen to find a golden feather? My girlfriend, she wanted one of those things for the longest time, and actually, I kind of promised her I'd send one to her. Okay, this guy, Hosket, you will want to keep that in mind. Golden feathers. Cargo rocks sometimes drop them when you kill them, and you're actually going to need 20, but this is what I really wanted to show. We got a mini game here we can do. Yay for the most boring job in post work. Well now, I've not seen your young face before. Nope, don't believe so. You wouldn't be here in response to our posting for some part-time help, would you? I never really showed that, but in Windfall Cafe there is an advertisement for this place. Oh, excellent, that's good. But first, to see if I can use you or not, I need to give you a little test. Just a small one. Match the seal on the envelope with the same icon on the shelf and throw the letter onto that shelf. Real easy, simple. And doesn't that one on the bottom look like Tingle's head? Use the control stick to select a shelf and press A to throw a letter and sneeze. Like I said, simple. Is that clear? Yeah. Before time runs out, you have to sort at least 10 letters. Alright, I'm going to take it slowly. So whatever's on the letter, just throw it on the matching shelf. Get it wrong and rejected! Getting 10 in 30 seconds is really easy. Okay, I'm going to stop this and I'm just going to mess around. That was not intentional. Whoa. "14 letters. Great, good, terrific. Even though you screwed up near the end, you pass. 1 rupee for every 2 letters, so we get 7 rupees pay. Might not seem like much, but it's worth it. Play this game again. This time you need to get a score of 20, which is a little tougher, but I can still do it. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. That'll do. Rejected! I just want to throw letters at Tingle's head. That's 21 letters. So now we get 21 rupees. Now we want to play this game one more time. This time we need to get 25 letters. Your salary will really jump. Yeah. This one can be tough if you aren't too good at this sort of stuff. It requires good eye coordination as well as good thumb coordination. But I am fairly good at it. I can definitely get 25 if I wanted. I believe the world record for this is something like 36 or something. 35, 36. 25 letters. You have amazing coordination. Seriously, I'm stupefied. Incredulous. We veterans do this all day long, and even we have a hard time reaching that amount. Well, you suck. I've got to give you more money. I got to. 3 rupees per letter to 75 rupees. How's that sound? Hey, your name wouldn't happen to be Link, would it? It is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I thought you looked like the lad that the chieftain was talking about. In that case, I should have expected you to be able to pull off something like this. I've heard all about you, yes. I sure have. You've had a rough time, Link. I feel bad making you help us. But hey, thanks for looking up. Things are looking up. Our new helper's just arrived. Maybe you can give him some advice the next time he comes by. Alright, so now there's going to be a new guy here sorting out the letters. You just leave the post, you just leave the area, and then you go back inside, and he'll be there. And guess who he is? It's the Sheikah dude. Hey man, I'm the new part-timer. Green clothes and a green hat. Pardon me for asking, but you're Link, aren't you? Yeah. Aha! I knew it! You're a legend amongst the part-timers here. I really admire you, man. Just once I'd love to see the legendary 25-letter sort. Do your best, man. So now we have to get 25 again. Whoops. Screw that one up. "30 letters. That's 1 per second. Oh my gosh! 30 letters! Amazing, man! I'm so impressed. Seriously, man. I've got to tell my mom back home all about this. I got a favor to ask of you, man. I'm still new here, so I'm not allowed to leave. So would you mind putting this letter to me? Putting this letter in my... Right, we get a letter. You accepted a note to Mom! It's so sad you can almost cry. I guess I could just throw it in here, all the other letters, but just can't bring myself to do it. It's against the rules, man. Okay, so from now on, when you come back here, he'll be sorting out the letters, but you can still play the minigame if you talk to the other guy who's there, and you can actually set a record. The only problem is, while you will get paid for it, you will only get paid if you set a new record. Alright, so the letter, here we go. A note to Mom. So just find a letterbox. There's one on every island. Most islands anyway. Just stand in front of it and press the button of the letter. And it swallows it. Ka-chunk power. This post box is near the mail center on Dragon's Island. Postage is only 5 rupees. Do you wish to send it now? Your parcel has hereby been accepted for delivery. Thank you for using the island postal service. We appreciate your business. Yeah, you have to pay, but it's only a little amount. And I'm not so maxed out anymore, but that doesn't matter because there's some rupees in this pool. Like there's 2 clearly in view, and the rest are invisible. Okay, that would do. So now we can go south. Well, we can go sailing again. The wind is blowing to the south quickly. Swim beside me and press A to climb aboard. We must depart for once, but avoid the next pole. And once again, he wants us to rush. So, we'll start going south. Now, I know this sounds weird, but I actually want to go back to Windfall Island. Yeah, I want to go back to Windfall Island. What's this? Hoi! Hold up there, young small fry. Oh, this guy's awesome. Fishman! I don't know where you've got your mitts on that sea chart you got there, but it looks to me like it's pretty much got nothing but seas drawn on it. It's pathetic. In fact, it's almost an insult to call that thing a sea chart if you ask me. What's the matter, small fry? I'm just trying to be nice here. I'm telling you that you've got a problem, and you do. Don't give me that stupefied look. It makes you look like you ought to be in diapers. Just listen, okay? I'm here to teach you what I know about this island, so open up your sheet chart and make it snappy. He actually draws the outline of the island we're currently at. And you will want to remember this because it's very important, not what he's telling you, but what this fish actually does. And they even give you a little hint on usually the island you're at or somewhere else. And it's very helpful, usually. There's a real peculiar cave towards the back side of this here Dragon's Island. Yeah, real peculiar. But I doubt you'll ever get there to see it, small fry, unless you manage to sprout wings and fly, that is. Because you won't be getting there otherwise. That's all I can teach you, small fry. But I will do this for you. Since I'm feeling so generous, I'll send word to all my brethren living near the islands of the Great Sea. Good bunch of fish. If you see a fish leaping out of the water when you sail near an island, sail up to it and spread bait out on the water surface. Trust me, this is good advice, Fry. But you forgot to mention something. You have to make sure you target the fish first, otherwise it will ignore the bait. See, the baiting process allows you to get a chart of the island along with any info that might be of use to you. I highly recommend you make a habit of doing so. See, you're definitely going to need a reliable sea chart to help you search for things out at sea. I can't emphasize that enough, Fry. You need a well-drawn chart. If you don't get a chart for every island you come across, it'll just be a bigger hassle for you later on. So don't say I never did anything for you, Fry. Hoi, you there, you kingly red lion guy. That's it, I've repaid my debt. I'm done. You take care of the rest. Huh. I wonder what that could mean. the King of the Red Lions and the Fishmen know each other. Well, whatever. Now, like I said, I do want to go back to Windfall Island, so we can actually do it. We can do it. We are allowed to go back to Windfall Island, despite what things may seem like. It can be done. Just set the wind direction to west and backtrack in. But I do have a few things to talk about, so I won't be cutting. I won't exactly be cutting. We'll be going back to Porpoise Isle, but there won't be anything to do there, but we can at least get it filled out on our sea chart. So yeah, as you can see, anything unexplored, we'll say unexplored sector to it. In fact, we'll do that even if you've been to that island. Like we went to this island before. But with the Fishman, we can fill out that square. Now the Fishman at Porpoise Isle, which is between Dragon Roost and Windfall, he wasn't there the first time, but now he is. So this would be a good time to get this island drawn out. Alright, so what is that to talk about? Yeah, I want to talk, man. So yeah, a few days ago, YouTube went all with redesign. They basically gave the whole website extreme makeover, and you know what I think? I think it looks lame. Well, the homepage I'm fine with, except it doesn't really show friend activity anymore, which is really stupid. The channels, on the other hand, look absolutely terrible. Unorganized and clumsy. I don't know what they were thinking. But you know, the YouTube people, they never listen to listen to constructive criticism. Okay, so there's the Fishman. Remember, target, then toss the bait. So you see a Fishman jumping out of the waters, and you also see ripples. Yeah, I heard. I take it you want to chart and information about this island. Then start by opening up your sheet chart. Now all the Fishmen say this, but what they say afterwards is different. See, Porpoise Isle. That's why it was called Porpoise Isle. It was a porpoise. Herb derp. Do you know what a choo-choo is, small fry? No, I'm not talking about the sound you make when you kiss someone. I'm talking about choo-choos. Oh no. They're those slimy monster-like puddles of goo that turn into blobs of jelly, stand up and start jumping at you like crazy when you come near them. Well, in any case, there's lots of them on that island over there, so if you see any, I'd avoid them. They can get nasty. Chirp, chirp. Now that I think about it, every once in a while I see a potion brewer who lives on Windfall Island come here. Now, why would he do that, Fry? And that's all the info I got for you. If you want to hear it again, throw more bait. I can't go find evil on an empty stomach. And with that, I'm off. Well, until next time, see you later. And it's about to turn night time. Alright, on with more talking. I never really talked about Skyward Sword and Super Mario 3D Land that much. Well, yeah, I did say Mario 3D Land was really easy for the most part. But I have a big piece of criticism I have against it. The Super Guide. If you die 5 times, you can get an item that will make you permanently invincible until you die. Which is really pointless because most of the time, when you come to think about it, in the Mario game, you die because you fall down a bottomless pit or you touch some other insta-death obstacle like lava, which cancels out invincibility. So what would be the point of that if most of the time you die from falling? And we're back at Windfall. There are several more things we can do here. One of them involves Zunara, the really outplaced Eskimo. So yeah, Super Mario 3D Land Super Guide is terrible. But it gets worse. If you die 10 times, the game will actually let you skip to the end of the level. If you take a look, you see Zunara is starting to sell stuff. And it has to do with these pedestals. Place a decorative object here with Y, Z or X. Sincere good wishes will soon cover the town in pure joy. Now this, I won't be bothering with these pedestals now, but later on I will. Now this guy will actually give you a hint on what they're all about. Have you seen the small metal pedestals all around town? We call those joy pedestals. They were not here when we first showed up. Yeah, they got installed a little while ago by the newly formed Joyous Volunteer Association as part of this grand plan to help decorate the town. Anyway, they're brilliant. I may as well tell you that both myself and Zunara, the guy who runs the stall over there, are members. We just have to be a part of stuff like this. Alright, so talk to Zunara. Yes, you're the young master who purchased my sale. At last, with those funds, I have been able to open my stall. With a measly 80 rupees. Oh well. But I hate to say that my poor little stall is not an instant success. In fact, it is rather deserted, I'm afraid to say. I think this tragic turn of events is due to the fact that I don't have a wide enough lineup of products. For I am, to be fully honest, I have only one product. To put it another way, I think my store would do much better if only I could stock rare items that people can't get here in town. Yes, that is what I need. Then I would make plenty of money. Not just plenty of money. It would be like taking candy from many rich babies. No, not even that. By running a prosperous business, I can plan my part to help this town develop and become a happy place. Yes, that is the proper perspective. But dear me, if only I had a younger partner to help me. A real go-getter. Yes, Master. Now, I take a longer look at you. I see that you have a fine delivery bag, do you not? Dear me, it is a bag fit for a hero of delivery. Yeah, because the postman is a hero, isn't he? I have a small request, and it requires the use of that bag. A request? I'm out of here. Oh dear me, I knew it, young master. I knew you would understand my plight. It's a rather long-winded explanation, but please take the time to hear me out. My stall is a kind of general store that makes its money by obtaining rare products at inexpensive prices and then selling them with a reasonable markup, of course. However, because I have so few products to sell, the shop remains rather deserted. I will sell anything. I am a master of the sale. I just need to get some new products. Could you not seek out traveling merchants and negotiate supply contracts with them for me? No, do not look so frightened. I say contracts, but it is just a word. You do not have to do anything very difficult. All you have to do is trade one of my products for a new product that the merchant has in stock. You see, amongst merchants, a trade is proof of a contract. That is to say, it is the merchant's oath. That is what we call it. Yes, merchants that have sworn a merchant's oath will afterwards send their products to me. It is the way things work. So as you succeed in trading my products, my product lineup will increase. Do you understand everything I've told you? Perfectly. Yes, young master. You are now my new salesman. No, Scratcher. Starting today, you and I are partners. Dear me, yes. I give you my proof of contract. In other words, this is my merchant's oath. Take it with you, my young partner. You got a town flower. This flower hails from the town of bright smiles. If you find a place to set this rather small flower, I'll put it in Snively's flower garden. She'll like it there. Okay, he's explaining stuff. I really can't be bothered reading all this. I will explain it a little better. There are 3 islands out there where these merchants are. There's one here, and one about here. Remember that.